Everyone, this is part 354 of me answering your Percy Jackson questions. If you haven't seen a video in the series yet, all you have to do to find out what I'm doing is click the description down below. It tells you how you can ask me questions that I'll answer in this series. With all that being said, let's get to today's comment. Just one today. So this comment says, 1, who would be your godly parent? I've said this many times before. My godly parent from the Percy Jackson world would be Poseidon, because I like Percy's powers more than any other powers, and I want to have his powers. And also, I think if I was Percy, or like Percy, I could take his powers to the next level, to things that aren't even described in the books, like bloodbending and congealing water molecules in the air, because there's tons of water in the air, which he should be able to use to his advantage, which he never does. But I think he's powerful enough to do, so I would be that powerful. All right, number 2, have you read Wings of Fire? No, and I have no clue what that is. All right, I just briefly looked it up. It looks like it's about maybe dragons, and it might be a series, a book series. I didn't go too far into it, but it sounds interesting, so I'll probably add it to my list. I have a long list of things that I want to read, just so you know. All right, number 3, what was the saddest death? I'm assuming you mean maybe in the entire Percy Jackson universe. In that case, I'm going to go with Jason Gray's. Like, he shouldn't have died. I would have rather Piper died in his place, because one of them was fated to die in that book, and Jason is the one who died. I wanted Piper to die instead. Jason's death was crazy sad, man. Like, and it was more sad. Well, I don't know if it was more or less sad, but I got spoiled on Jason's death before I read the book. I read it in a comment section on YouTube. And so I actually thought the person was lying, but then I read the book and it actually happened. So that did make it more sad. It made it more sad that it was actually true what the person said. All right, number 4, what are your opinions on talking weapons? I'm assuming you mean Jack from Magnus Chase, because is that the only talking weapon? I'm trying to think if there's any others. I'm pretty sure Jack is the only one that talks. And in that case, I actually think, Jack, I don't think about Jack too much from Magnus Chase, but he's pretty cool. The Magnus Chase books are full of terrible characters, but Jack is always just fun, witty, sarcastic. You know what? Jack might be my favorite character from Magnus Chase now that I think about it. Oh, and speaking of Magnus Chase, number 5, who is the most powerful character in Magnus Chase in the Gods of Asgard? What is that voice crack? I think I'm going to go with an answer that a lot of you probably wouldn't think of when you get this question. I don't think it's Magnus Chase. It's probably Samira al-Abbas, or however you say that, because she's both the daughter of Loki, so she has his shape-shifting powers, and she's a Valkyrie, so she can fly, and like a few other things that have to do with being a Valkyrie. So yeah, she has the most powers, and also shape-shifting, what a great power. Like, Frank Zhang having that power in Heroes of Olympus is so powerful. So the fact that Sam has it in the Magnus Chase series makes her really powerful. And then she can also fly. So yeah, that answers all today's questions. I'll see you tomorrow for part 355 of me answering your Percy Jackson questions.